your personal business. And that makes it sound like your personal life, but your personal Isagenix business. And this is something that is so important. And I'm going to really, really try to dig into this with you guys. I changed the topic again. Justin was going to get on and we were going to talk about the points to Mechanic to Millionaire, but I'm just going to like send you guys those points and you guys can read them, because I just, I'm feeling super, I guess, directed to talk to you guys about the empowerment of your personal business and going out and finding new people, yourself. Because I think that so many times we get stuck on the team that we have, the current people, and the fruit is always going to be in the new. Now there's both sides of it. Like we talked last week about, or earlier in this week, about picking your key people. And that doesn't change. You pick your key people and you work with them. Today we're going to talk about your personal work. And then next week we'll talk about how to basically converge the two. But the first thing I want to talk with you about in your personal work is the understanding that you own your business. It's your vision. So you are literally the shepherd of your own business. And I can remember having an amazing mentor when I was in my 20s, and he would always say that if you look in the Bible, and the Bible talks a lot about shepherds and how a shepherd owns the sheep. Like those are his sheep, and so he'll go to any length to protect them and help them. And the hireling is paid by the hour, where basically because he's getting money, he's going to do what he can do, but that's all he's going to do. He's not going to go to great lengths. And I think that that is so parallel in this business, because when you have a vision and something that's burning inside and a why, like it, kind of like if my why doesn't happen and what I'm going for doesn't happen, I'm leaving people really I guess just hanging because I'm not doing my best. Like there's people that are going to suffer or be left out or not have that change because you're not bringing your best. That's the difference. So you own that. It's yours. Whereas sometimes you'll have people on your team that you see all this potential for. And I'm not saying that they're selfish. I don't think they're selfish in any way, but they're trying to get their own body healthy. And if they get free product, they do. And if they don't, they don't. And if they make money, they do. And if they don't, they don't. And sometimes we want to like cram our passion for what we have down their throats, when maybe Isagenix is just a small puzzle piece in their life, where literally for us, it's something so much more than that. And so we have to be so careful because we're shepherds, and some of the people on our team are more like hirelings. And so we have to be very careful to not attach our vision or our work ethic or what we're willing to do to those people that don't have the passion that we want. That doesn't mean we don't love them. We do love them. That it's part of the process and part of the journey. But in order to grow and reach out, we have to find more people that are going to line up with our vision and run at the pace that we run. And so you've got to know that you own this. This is why I love personal work. I love personal work because it keeps me sharp. It will keep you sharp. When I'm out in the field and I'm doing my own personal business, it keeps me sharp on what to say to people, how to say it, when to say it. It keeps me sharp in every angle, in every way, so that I'm not complacent. When I'm doing my own personal work, it keeps me in the selling business. I can sell to anybody all day long why this business works and why people say yes, because I'm out in the field making it happen. I'm not in the buying business. I'm not going to buy anyone's excuse that says to me, oh, none of my friends want it because it's too expensive, yada, yada, yada. I don't buy that, because I'm in the field. I'm sharp. I'm out working. I'm getting personal recruits. And so I'm not buying their excuse. It keeps me in the selling business, which is so important as a leader, because if you're not out there, then your buying what they're selling you. It's like the Israelites going in going, oh my gosh, the grapes are so huge, I can't carry them out. And you begin to buy it. But whenever you are the one that is in the field with them, you don't buy it. You're like, well, then get 5 people and carry that grape out together. Come on, let's do it. And so it really changes your mindset. It allows you to believe in people and not rely on them. And this is one of the most important things in moving up in this business is you cannot rely on your team. You cannot rely on them. You don't have to rely on them. And quite frankly, you need a team, but you don't necessarily need the team that's right in front of you. And I know that sounds harsh, but I'm not saying that in a harsh way. I'm saying that to release you and to get you to understand that you don't need them. I mean, you need people, yes, but your vision and where you're going isn't necessarily tied to someone that you're trying to drag along. And so you have to get yourself in the position that you believe in them, but you don't rely on them. And when you're out in the field working personally, that is the case. You can believe in them. I believe in every single person on my team. I believe they can do it. But this is the deal. If every single person quits, I know I can rely on myself. And so staying out in the field helps you stay like that. Because if you're not in the field and this person said they're going to go executive and they're not doing what they said they were going to do, you can get angry at them or frustrated with them. But if you're out in the field and you're bringing people in and you're bringing people in, you can believe they're going to do it. And you can just breathe faith into them and breathe belief into them. And if they don't do it, it doesn't affect your vision. If they do it, yes, it does. But you're not reliant on that. And so that's why the personal work is so important. Also, it keeps the best in the field. You are the best on your team. I want you to understand this. So I had to pick out, I have a lot of executives on my team. A lot. I literally forced myself to pick out 5. That's what I did. I forced myself out of every executive that I have on my team, I forced myself to pick out 5 to work with first. I figuratively, not literally, I figuratively was like sweating blood trying to make a decision. And out of my executives, I picked you guys. This is the deal. You have what it takes. You are the best. And so anytime you're taking yourself out of the field and relying on your team to go recruit and go bring people in, you just took the very best person on your team out of the field. You cannot afford to do that. I don't even think you can ever afford to do it, because anytime in any business that you get complacent, what happens is you go backward and not forward. I know because I've experienced it, that you can take seasons of rest in this business. You can, but you can't ever truly always take yourself out of the field, because what happens is you take the best out, which is you, and you can't do that. So you're keeping the best in the field when you're out working. This is the other thing. When you're working personally, it keeps an influx of new energy onto your team. So you're always bringing these new people in. You're bringing them in. You're bringing them in. And what happens is when you're bringing these new people in yourself, it's like thumbtacks on the booties of the people that are on your team. That's what it is. Like, you bring in new people and they're wanting your attention. They want your time, the rest of the team. And when those new people come in and they're moving consultant and they're moving manager, they're moving up, they're going, it like literally is like a thumbtack on the booty of the people that are on your team. And so that's a good thing. It's a good thing. It's like a healthy competition. It's a growth. Otherwise, what happens is your team begins to feel like they're all that. They're all that. Yeah, they're the best. And they began to look around and compare, and if there's not a lot of movement and a lot of growth, it can cause complacency. So you adding those new people, that is the best thing that you can do. So personal work is so, so important. I'm a people builder by nature. So naturally, I want to build people. It's kind of my call or my journey in life. I want to help other people do what I do. I would almost rather do that all day long. And so in my other business, I had to always choose. I can remember teaching thousands of people in this industry. You're a people builder or you're a product seller, but you can't be both. But in this instance, what you are is whenever you are a people bringer inner, a personal recruiter and a people builder, what happens is you actually are building your team. So you're building that team by bringing people up. So it's really the best of both. And it took me a long time to really grasp that in this company, but it's the truth. And so let's really dig in and let's talk about, where do you get these personal people? How do you track it? How do you bring them in? Now, I'm speaking 100 calls, 100 opportunity shares, 100 opportunity shares. But I want to get real with you guys. I mean, really what you're looking for, all of you, because I'm looking for it, is you're looking for 20 new personal recruits. I don't care if you only have to do 20 appointments to get 20 personal recruits. I don't care. I don't care if you have to do 50 appointments to get 20 new recruits. You probably don't need to do 100 to get 20 new recruits. You probably just need to get 20 new recruits. And so how do you do that? What does that look like? How do you bring them in? I think the first thing that I do, and I know that all of you can relate to this, because I know that this is you, if you walk by the Spirit and you walk by faith and you're praying and you're believing and you're expecting and you're saying to God, show me the right people, this is what I know happens. You sit down and names come to your mind. So what I do is I get quiet. Like I will literally tell my family, I'm going to go sit in my little office, not in this one, but in my little office because it's quietest in there. I'm going to go sit in there until I get some ideas. And they know not to bother me. They know not to talk to me. Because you know what? My quiet time and my thought life is where I produce the most. And so I'll think about, who are those people that I want on my team? I'll literally ask God, who? Show me who. And it's the craziest thing because like the weirdest, most unusual people will come to my mind and I write them down. And so pray about it and really think about it. So I'm going to show you guys this. I hope you can see it. But what I did recently was I made a list of 20 people, 10 for my left side and 10 for my right side. And so I did place my best prospects or my best people on my left side. The reason why I did that is because my left side literally feeds all of you. This is how it feeds all of you. If I put my best people on my left side, this is what happens. It actually places people under Shalane, and because it places people under Shalane, it rises her cycles up, and it places people under Bonnie. Because it's doing that, it forces Bonnie to place under Gail, because Bonnie has no option but to place under Gail, which feeds Gail. And when Shalane and Bonnie are fed, because it frees up my time then where I can go in and I can work with Christy and Mallory. So that's why I do that. In the past, what I would do is I would think, and I'm saying this to you guys so you understand, in the past I would be like, oh, I got to put 5 people under Christy and I got to put 5 people under Mallory. But what happened is there was never any solid place booked in my legs, so I could never free up my time to work with my leaders. So what you want to do is you want to think about which side of your team are you going to make the stronger side, because that's going to feed up to your leaders and it's going to create a power leg, which is actually going to, in the long run, feed the rest of your team. So I went through and I made my list of my best 10 people on my left side, and then I made a list of 10 awesome people for my right side. And they're all awesome, all of them. All right? Now, that's 20 people. I believed in my mind that I'm going to recruit all 20 of those people. So, and when I'm thinking about them, I'm not thinking about them as throwing spaghetti on the wall. What I mean by that is I'm not thinking, okay, I'm just going to randomly talk to these 20 people. And if they do it, they do it. And if they don't, they don't. That's not my mindset. My mindset is this. I believe God gave me those 20 names. I believe when they come onto my team that I'm going to put them in a position that is going to free them both financially and is also going to free their health. And so I'm going to bring my A game to these 20 people, meaning that it will be over my dead body that I don't get them to listen. Does that make sense? And when my mindset's like that, I don't have to worry about what's the Eric Worre script. And I'm not trying to knock that, but I am so frustrated with people trying to fit other people into this little box. Like, you have to say this to this person, and then they're gonna say this, and next you're gonna say this, and then because they say this, you're gonna say this. It's not reality. Reality is you have 20 amazing people that you need to get written down. All of those 20 people are coming from different walks of life, different ideals, different needs. You know them in a different way. You're strong leaders. You're smart. You're compassionate. You know where you're going. Get the person on the phone however you have to do it. I don't care if you have to swing from your toes and go, I was swinging from my toes today. Thought about you. I need to tell you about it. Get on the phone with them. It doesn't matter. You got to figure out a way when you believe those people belong on your team and it's on purpose and you believe they're part of your journey because they're just not numbers, it changes everything. So I don't want to be boring to you today, but I want to tell you what happened. I'm not going to tell you about 20 people. I'm going to tell you about the 10 on the left, how I got them to listen and what happened. This has been in the last 4 weeks, all of them. Jessica Long. This is my daughter's pole vaulting coach. She's been on my mind forever. She wasn't returning my text, wasn't returning my messages, but was amazing to my daughters. She's a CrossFitter. She has completely changed Alyssa and Callie's lives because she's taught them the importance of health and building muscle. I love her mantra. I love how she gives to kids. I literally messaged her on the phone and I said, Jessica, I have been trying to talk to you for 6 months. If you sit down with me and just listen, I will give you a $25 Dick's gift card. Will you just meet me at Starbucks? And besides that, I know it's totally going to embarrass Callie. She came back and I knew it. Like when I said that to her, I wasn't like, what script am I going to use? I went within myself and I thought, how am I going to talk this girl into listening? And she said to me, I'll do anything to embarrass Callie and get a $25 gift card. I'm game. I met with her 2 days later. She signed up. She literally 3 nights ago sent me a text message this long that said, I had no idea why I sat down with you, but as soon as I heard it, all I thought was this is going to change my dad's life. I've listened to every single one of your boot camp calls. I want to help other people. I want to help my dad. I never want money to be an object for me. It's been an object my entire life as a kid. That's not going to happen. This is my why. I will make $15,000 in the next 6 months, and the next year I'll make $45,000. I'm starting a fitness blog. Thank you for talking to me. Does that make sense, you guys? It wasn't a script. It wasn't from the GoPro book. It was from who do I want on my team and what is it going to take to get them on the phone. The next person, Angel Bufford. I don't even know how I know her. She's been on my Facebook for a year. She gets 100 likes in every single one of her pictures. I love her energy. I've connected with her on there. I look at her Facebook every day on purpose in an authentic way. So I messaged her and I said, I have no idea how we became friends, but I've been watching you for the last year and I really need to talk to you about what I'm doing. Is there any way I can give you a call? She said, I'm intrigued. Call me. I called her on the phone, found out her needs. She starts telling me all this stuff. I owe taxes, blah, blah, blah. I'm in Rodan and Fields. I'm tired. I would love to try it. Next thing I know, she's in it to win it. Signs up within 2 days. She's on it. She's actually hitting consultant today. Amazing. I mean, incredible. Joey Griffith, I was laying in bed one night and I felt like God was like, Joey Griffith. So I wrote him down. The next day I was like, what in the world am I going to say to him? He was a student I had when I taught. He was a high school helper when I taught elementary school. I'm trying not to be boring, but I want you to understand. So I couldn't just be like, oh, Joey, I would love for you to look at my nutritional product. If I send you a video, would you just look? He's never going to do that because he's my tribe. How am I going to get him in my tribe? So I literally said to him, Joey, can I call you? I want to talk business with you. He said, sure, call me. So I called him Mrs. Call. Called him again, Mrs. Call again. He called me back. Today he said, Amy, if you want to talk to me, text me. If you want to talk to me, you have to answer my call. And I'm like, he said, because I hate being on the phone. And he went through and he told me all this stuff about being an Army recruiter, how he's helping his wife with Rodan and Fields. He doesn't have a lot of time. And I said to him, I have never been more excited in my life to talk to you. How about if we just meet for coffee? He said, great. Let's do that next week. We set a time. His next message that he just sent to me said this, I have no idea why I'm meeting with you, but I'm so excited. You guys, your tribe is out there. Who are they? It's not cookie cutter. Who else? Who do you need to talk to? And so what I did was this. So I went through and I talk with them. So once they're enrolled, I highlight them in yellow so you can see who's highlighted in yellow. And then once I've talked to them and they've not made a decision, I color them in pink. And then when they've told me that they'll listen or I have the appointment booked, they're in orange. And until they make a decision, then I'll move them back over to the pink when I update my chart. And that's what it looks like. As you guys can see of my list of 20, actually it's a little bit more than 20, it's 21. 10 of them have either listened and signed or have agreed to listen, and or 19. And one person I haven't got a hold of yet. And so that's what I'm saying to you guys. Dig in and think about it. I handpicked them. Every single person on that list is handpicked. So when I talk to them, it's going to be a handpicked decision, a handpicked conversation. But you guys, it's based upon the decision that I believe that this business is God-given. I believe that I have a responsibility to these people to reach out to them. And the more I reach out to them, the more I see it as truth because they all had need. It's like as if they were all waiting. And so what are you going to do about that? What are you going to do about that? Because this kind of thing isn't taught. This kind of thing isn't scripted. This kind of thing is a leader making a decision that she's going to go put together the team that's meant to be put together and to walk out in the vision and do it. When you are working like this, A, you feed your team by giving them people. B, you inspire the people on your team that have the capacity to become shepherds because you're out there doing it. And so none of this is at your mercy. So when we're ever feeling oppressed or depressed or skeptical, it's total warfare. And you have to recognize what it is. And you've got a decision to make because this is what I know from the last 4 weeks of being in the field and the mental junk and everything that's came against me to get to where I'm at right now today is that these people were lying. They were there waiting for me to contact them. They were waiting. They were always there. They've always been there. It's been my mindset and my battle that's taken it so long to get them onto my team. And so what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? Are you going to call them? Are you going to make your list? Are you ready? Are you ready to fight it out? I mean, just don't worry about scripting it. Who knows? Don't think, oh, what am I going to say to get this person on the line? Get them on the line because those names that are coming to you, they're ready. They're ready. When you call them, they're going to say yes. I've literally, out of these people, I've had nobody say no. Now, I've had a couple people that I've messaged about the product because I still kind of want to do 100 calls just to say that I did 100 calls. I've had some people tell me no from that. But as far as the people that I really believe are going to be on my tribe, everybody said they'll listen. And so I hope this encourages you guys It's what I have. And then on Monday, we're really going to dig in and we're going to talk about what to say to these people. And it's going to be different, but we're going to kind of go through some logistics so that you at least have a basis and a background of how to get these people to see your vision and how you cast your vision to these new people that you're bringing onto your tribe. It will be in this next wave of growth that you will see the 3-star happen. It's not going to be in who you have right now. It's not. The who you have right now might be spurred along from these people that you add, but doing this next step is what will propel your growth, I promise you. And so that's what I have. You guys have an amazing weekend. If you need anything, let me know, and I'll be around. All right, guys?
Thanks, Amy. Appreciate it.
Bye, guys.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.